80 billion down the drain, they say. Promises tossed like paper mache. You built a castle made of smoke and fear, and now you're shouting what we don't want to hear. He stood on a mountain with gold in his hand, but the truth slipped out like grains of sand. It's not for everyone, you said with ease, blowing cold wind through tech junkies, please. Not for everyone, it's what you sell, cashing checks in a game or high-rise hell. You play your cards and you spin your lies, but the game's unplugged, we see the disguise. Down disguise. Content kings, they promise the throne, but the kingdom crumbles brick by stone. $1 billion won't buy the heart. When trust is broken, it all falls apart. Older lies stacked tall like a digital cloud. They roar like thunder, but it dims the crowd. We're all watching from our pixel-lined seats as your empire crumbles right under your feet. Not for everyone, it's what you sell, cashing checks in a game or high-rise hell. You play your cards and you spin your lies, but the game's unplugged, we see the disguise. A disguise.
We're making honey. What's up, grinders? How you doing out there? Oh man, yeah. I gotta listen to that music, man. It gets me riled up, man. Get hyped up. We are here for ding, 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 round 2, man. We had to end a little early yesterday. Awesome guest on the show, and the grinders have been knocking down the door, and we had to open up for business. So we had some more Fallout to be watching, and not Fallout the game, but we are actually doing some more things going down as the day goes on. But one thing I do have to say, Ghosts of YOTEI. My God, they did it again. They do it all the time, and I am not spoiling the game. I'm only about an hour and a half in, but let me tell you this before we get into roasting season. I just have to say, there is something special with those games from the boot. When you boot up that game, you got to hold on to the controller. I have never seen vibrations, pause, used in intro scenes. Just as they're drawing, as things are going on, you feel the swoosh and you feel the motion in the controller. It is crazy. Crazy. I'm holding this. I'm yo, it is like an interactive movie. I'm this is crazy. It is crazy how you feel every little thing on the controller before you even get into the game. And then the music, sound, and my God, if you have not played it yet, put on those headphones and just the opening, what happens. And then when it opens up, it is like one of those incredible revelation. It reminded me back in the old days of Fallout, when you leave the vault and you just see the world. And back then, how impactful that was. When you're on the horse and you hit that jump, come back to me and check into the gaming grindhouse, because I was like, oh, is this the game? And yeah, it is. Holy crap. And I'm telling you right now, just from Ghost of YOTEI, just playing it, the world is so incredible. You want to go off and just go climb hills and go through trees and go into a forest. I fought a bear. Pause. I fought a bear. I don't know how I fought it. I thought I was going to tame it. It fought the bear. Because I'm just going around the woods. Incredible. And I am playing it on the Pro. Dude, Ray Trace Pro. Holy crap. We're 60 frames ray tracing. My God. It looks incredible. I can't. It's incredible. It is like a visual painting. So there you go. I'm just telling you. We're going to be covering it here. Big pause. Big pause. I'll be covering it. But like I said, I don't want to start streaming it. And everybody wants to experience. You got to experience it yourself. We'll talk about it. I may show some snippets here and there. And then maybe we'll do it in a week or so. We'll do some streams as we get further into it. But my goodness, it's just the music, the voice acting, the way the controller integrates with everything. It is just like, I'm like, the details. Oh, and I was addicted to that flashback stuff. That was so cool. Like the fact that the game is running and you just hold the flashback and it just portal back and forth. It was pretty dynamic. That is really cool. I can't wait to see more of that on it. But my God, right, Lucci? Shout out to the grinders. Here they come. Everybody coming on in here. Lucci's in here. What's up, Thrift? Check out the Thrifty show from last night. He had some awesome guests on. Brian M. No, I'm not doing the Japanese voices, but I definitely want to check it out. I want to check it out to do that. And also those the different type of the black and white mode as well. Lady Game is in here. Don John Sean Leach. Aaron is in here. A new member.
Where are you?
You like that, Aaron? Welcome to the VIPs. Please listen to music. I might make a song in the VIP section just for you. There you go, Aaron. He's in the house now as a VIP. I love seeing that red grindhouse next to his name. That's so cool. Thank you. The unknown, yeah, boy. We had a shit poster. How you doing, Chris Duran? Cephalon Snow. Ace. What's up, Ace? How you doing, man? We're going to watch the Giants on Sunday? Oh, baby. Welcome back. No, I don't know. Wild Wolf. Daniel Laurent. Linky's in the house. Shushimi. I said that right? I don't know. We got everybody. Michael Meridian in the house. Baltimore's VP. MVP. We have Cursed Kane. Who else am I getting? Trying to get everybody in here as you're coming on in here to the Gaming Grounds. Diablo Doc Matt is here. Nah, hey, man. Yeah, Aaron's saying thank you, man. Hey, Aaron's been here a long time, and I'm happy to see him as a VIP. That was very funny. Oh, yes, Neil. No, before we get, again, into the roasting again, let's... Black Ops 7, you call Black Ops 6, right? Now, let me tell you something. I watched that reveal, and unfortunately, Microsoft camouflaged the horrible reveal of Black Ops 7 with this with the Game Pass announcement. But one of the things that happened was the Black Ops 7 reveal, and they tried to do Battlefield like with the screens and stuff, and it fell right on its face, man. They were showing, like, if they didn't have people just screaming and yelling, like, look at this, oh my god, dude, it looks just refreshed battle, like Black Ops. Like it really, they got the janky wall jump. I don't even know what their plan is with this game.
Blackberries, raspberries.
The janky jump on there. Open beta here, but you got to pay pre-order for it. Hey, it's Call of Duty. If you like Call of Duty, go play it. But man, what I saw there, I'm like, dude, I couldn't wait for Battlefield. It's I don't know what they're doing in Call of Duty. Like, their maps, I have always said it, they're static. They're paintball maps. The maps have no environmental damage, no environment effects, no weather effects, no like secret, nothing. Like, they're just they're just walls. It's corridor hallway shooting. There's no kind of dynamic events or dynamic situations in these things. Turning on things, setting up trap, like, I don't know, like, it's very limiting. Like, oh, close and open doors. In the shooting, it just looks like it sweats, people jumping. I don't even know how you jump. Do you have jetpacks, or you have like Spider-Man shoes or something like that? But you just kind of just jump up a wall, like double jump a wall. Like, why? There's no floatiness to it. It's just like a weird bounce wall jump thing. Like parkour they're trying to do. I don't know, but it really does not look appealing. And I can imagine the frustrations when you're trying to shoot somebody down corridor and they're bouncing around like friggin' Spider-Man across the two walls, like jump. I have no clue. That's the feature set. I think everybody just wants to probably see what zombies looks like. But otherwise, it was a very bad reveal, because all they did in the reveal, I watched the beginning of it, and before they even show in the multiplayer, they're like, sponsored by, ass chairs, and then, sponsored by this, and sponsored by this, and oh, they're drinking this beverage. Oh, and we got all these streamers. Oh, and we have a second room. And I'm like, it was like a commercial, a sponsor show. I'm like, why don't you highlight some of the differences? Instead, what they did, they just jumped right into the stream, and they didn't have any kind of intro type thing. They showed their multiplayer trailer and then went right into streamers screaming and yelling. And you could watch the reactions. A lot of people, a lot of what's his name? The guy who wears the red outfit. He was just roasting it. Dr. Disrespect. He's roasting it. Everybody, Tim the Tap Man, like, they are not feeling it at all. It was their feedback on it is not from with the reactions I've seen from people playing it. So, and I heard the beta. I haven't been in the beta, but if you're in the beta, let me know. But I'm not pre-ordering that shit. I'll play an open beta, see what I think about it. But I'm Battlefield all the way. And note the top comments on every single one of Call of Duty battle videos is, this made me pre-order Battlefield. If you go to every single Call of Duty one, it says this made me pre-order Battlefield. So that's the reaction there. But I watched some of it thinking like, oh, let's see the new stuff. I think you could share like custom like builds and stuff, but there's so much stuff going on, which is shooting people. Like, it doesn't even, like, I don't even know what the hell they're shooting anymore. It's like a futuristic Black Ops. So whatever this 6 was, 7 is just a little more futuristic stuff. So that's all it is right now there. How is True Virgil coming in here saying our ponies are sick when he's been eating nuts? Oh man.
Have an exciting life now. Breakfast to go.
You make me sick, True.
You do everything.
Oh man. Get that. But anyway, the so that reveal wasn't too hot. And I think they need to do better on it. And it just seems like a recycled horse shit. And we'll see what Zombies does and what the campaign is, but the multiplayer, it does not look any different. And again, this is another rare moment, pause, in the sense that they're not rare, but the fact that they're having 6 and 7 right after each other without a different like refresh. Like, let's go somewhere else with a different one. And you know, this is one of the things I want to ask you guys this question before we get into the whole thing. Let me ask you a question. Treyarch is doing this one, 7. For those, I'm just trying to remember, didn't Treyarch does all the Black Ops? So like, did they do last year too? Is this the first time? Like, or was it like Raven Studios did it? I don't know. Maybe Josh or somebody in the chat could kind of clarify. Like, they were like Treyarch was leading this one. So did they not lead last year's Black Ops 6? I thought Treyarch did that one too. So I don't know. If you could tell me in the chat. I was just interesting because I was watching it. It was just, they were talking about, you know, it's Treyarch's one. Treyarch's doing it again. I'm like, oh, back to back? Are they doing it? Or pause? I don't know on that one. But yeah, so anyway, oh yeah, well, True Virgil's here first. That's what I was going to. I wanted to make sure I got True Virgil's intro music. We had to have True Virgil's intro and music. True Virgil came in the house, so we have to make sure we get him. There you go. Welcome, True Virgil. There's your intro music.
Goggle my balls in your jaw. This is the remix. This is the remix. Can you goggle my balls? Goggle my balls in your jaw. This is the remix.
Now we can begin. Excellent. Everybody's here. We got them all. Damasi, what's up? How you doing? Hideki, the whole slate Nishino. There you go. Hideki, don't increase prices. Get them. So let's talk about the fallout. Yeah, because this thing has just been going on and on. And again, we are now, I was waiting to see if there was going to be some response to basically what happened. You know, like how they kind of pull the Band-Aid off, but then they pull the Band-Aid off and then they go, oh, you know what? We heard you. We're listening to you. We're not going to do this now. We're going to pull. Yo, crickets, dude. Crickets. They didn't. There's been nothing. Unless they're waiting for Friday and before Phil shuts down his Outlook. I don't know. What's up, John Wayne? The John Wayne in the house. But yeah, it was crickets, dude. After Phil was out there shining shoes and tattooing people out there, came back home, dropped the bin, dropped the news, and hightailed it out of here. And nobody's looking at his shelf anymore. So the fact that they're just letting this thing burn and go, it sounds like this is a go, man. There's no like, we're going to save Xbox unless they do something tomorrow before the week's over. But I think they like, you know, and if you remember, I was listening to some shows. Remember when they increased the price of Xbox Live? Remember when they went from $60 and then they were getting rid of the $60 cards for the year, and the stores were told to pull them, and then they were going to replace it with a $120 subscription. So they basically doubled the price of Xbox Live at the time, and people went crazy. It was it was nuts. It was nuts. Oh yeah, what's up, Steven? Oh, you got your Ghost stuff, dude. I just was talking about Ghost, man. Oh my god, it's so incredible. It's so, and it gets you right in the story, man. There's not a lot of, man, it gets you right in. You're ready to go. Just think Kill Bill. Oh yeah, it's really awesome. Oh man, I can't wait to get back to it, and then we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, it's so cool. But remember when they increased and everybody went screaming, yelling, and then like Phil and Garen Greenberg's like, we heard you, and they gave away. It was like the first time they put like Gears. The first time they gave a quality game in Games with Gold. Games with Gold was like Games with Ass. And then they put Games with Gold. They gave people Gears of War in there. And it was like the first time that Games with Gold actually got a decent game, because it was an apology for them increasing the price, and they reneged back on it and pulled back. That was pretty quick. This one, they're letting go. And if you look, May 1st, they increased the prices. They did pull back on the $80 games. So, man, just them at $80, they're getting their money there. But they're letting this thing go, man. So nothing as of now. If something comes up, I'll let you know. We'll go on the Gaming Grindhouse, hit that subscribe button and that like button. But we're going to see the aftermath. And this thing is getting big. And I mentioned it yesterday. This last 2 days, yesterday and today, feel a whole lot like 2017. There's Xbox DRM. There's confusion. There's like what's included, who gets what, why are you increasing, and just this general negativity of just they are just not for the gamers. And what's crazy is they spent the last decade with Phil Spencer in hand and trying to keep Xbox face. Like, we heard you, we're listening, we're giving you what we want, what you want, we gonna bring back the IP that you love and all this other stuff. And that's all he's been doing, damage controlling for that disastrous reveal of DR, which never came to be. It was all just talk. This stuff here, it's here. And you're doing it. It's like you're handling it. Like this, they're paying now. Those prices went up already. They're doing it again. So we're sitting here now, like, you're living it. We never did the DRM. That never manifested because they canceled that stuff. And now they're doing this. And you know what? Will the others do it? Will Sony increase their price? Will Nintendo? Maybe. You know, they'll see this and maybe. But the thing with them is they don't do their first party in day one. And if you look, that is the differentiator. Their first party day one in a service. This would have been a perfect opportunity to just pull that out, say, nope, we're not doing that anymore. Go back to buying games, and we're just going to do, our games will be there in a year or so. But nah, they're still holding on to this day one stuff. And I think we might know their new strategy moving forward. And I was coming up with some thoughts about it, and we'll talk about that. But as we go through, let's go to the Fallout. And what's funny is that there were some videos here. So, let's see how Xbox said we're listening to you. Let's go here. They've been listening to you. Let's see what they do. What's new and what's changing at Xbox Game Pass? First, I don't know where they get these people. I don't know if these are paid actors. I don't know who they are. It was the same thing when Sarah Bond was talking about the Xbox button. There were people that I don't know who they are, but they're like Project this, and I don't know who they are, but the 6 people had decided to put a button on that Asus ROG. But let's see how Xbox proposes, because I missed these videos. I just saw all the Xbox wire. Let's hear how they, maybe after we watch this 3 minutes and 50 seconds, we'll all feel different. You think? All right, let's give it a shot. Hoodrich said it's AI. Oh, man, let's see.
Hey, everyone. Xbox Game Pass is getting an upgrade. We've listened to your feedback, and now you have even more freedom to choose how you play the games you want.
Whoa, who provided this feedback? Oh, who was it? Hoodrich. Were you sending emails to Phil Spencer telling him that this is what we wanted? $30 a month, $360. We wanted the $360 back so bad, so Phil said you're going to pay a year and we'll bring back $360. Dude, I don't even know. Who said this is what we wanted? Who? Was it? Yo, now we know. When all those glazing shows go out there and they're sitting around the table at rooftop parties, taking pictures with Phil Spencer, now we know what they're talking about. They always tweet out, love to visit with Phil, talked about gaming. Oh, shit. That's where he's getting it from. Phil Spencer's in there slipping them goddamn margaritas, and he's like, so guys, I think we're going to increase the price of Game Pass. Like, do you think? Yo, Phil, sure. Pass the tuna. Pass the tartar. Yeah, sure. Would you like another margarita? I'll get another margarita for you at the rooftop. We got this all catered. Aaron Greenberg catered the rooftop party for all you guys. Colt, you want the, you know what? I don't know if I'll eat another slider. Nah, have another slider. It's on Phil. Xbox, yo, man. Did you have one of those sliders that had the hamburger slider that had the Xbox logo on it? Eat them up, Colt. We're going to increase the price of Game Pass. Yo, sure. Get ahead. I'll tell my audience. It's fine. So now we know what they talk about. So whenever you see the pitches, Boomstick sitting on the casting couch over for Jenky Jones.
The buried treasure is.
Now we know what they're talking about.
Glazed blackberries.
Phil's using them, and he's like, guys, you want to increase the price? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll get another margarita for you from the bar. Phil, give me another margarita. If I increase the price, give me that slider. Right over there. I'll take one of those. Give me those crab ragouts. Those crab ragouts are great. I'm glad I came here. Yo, did you like FanFest? Did you, $30 you think? Sure, why not? Whatever. They'll super chat it in. It's fine. It's all right. That's all right. Colt, you want another one of those crab ragoons? Sure. I'll take one of those. And then they take their picture. Talk to Phil and Sarah about gaming today. Oh, man.
On their little gaga.
Oh, Colt, no, not like this.
And they're killer games.
Oh, man, now we know.
The little animal.
So when you see the pitches, because I always wondered when they would go there and they're like, oh, I met Greenberg today. Great chatting about. What are they talking about? He's telling them about the new games? Is he telling them about Perfect Dark development? What does Aaron Greenberg do? What do you do, Greenberg? You don't do commercials. What do you do there? Marketing my ass. Where's another Xbox fridge, the sequel? What do you do there, Greenberg? But you took a picture with them, though, and talked about gaming. So I guess that's where she's getting it from. Okay, so now we know. Mystery solved. Ciabattas, crablets, that's right. Yo, it's all there. Green Xbox margaritas. And while they're drinking all drunk, then Phil takes them down there to the goddamn thing. He tattoos them up. Oh, did you check out this part? Did you check out this part over here? The Booty got the coffee over there. Booty's coffee. Yo, they glaze the shit out of them, man. They're coming out there. You could see them from space with the amount of glaze coming out of them. And they said they talked about gaming. So I guess that's where they're getting the feedback from. Because I don't know who in this chat asked for $30 a month Game Pass games. We finally, you know what's crazy is Xbox finally got out of the trash route of putting day one trash in Game Pass. Their first party games, Redfall, that was egg on their face. Starfield, Uber driver Todd Howard. Now they're like, oh, we got Ninja Gaiden, we got some Call of Duty in there. Like they're fine. They're trying to come over the leaf of they put shit in there for the last 5 years or 10 years. And now they're like, oh yeah, now it's $30. No, who was asking for this? Let's see.
Play the games you want.
That's right. The decision at Chili's after 5 margaritas after FanFest. Exactly. This is what gamers wanted. So now we know. So let's see what you say.
More freedom to choose how you play the games you want. Here's a look.
Whoa, yo, how am I not even through this? I'm 11 seconds in, and all I'm hearing are lies. Like, they just say words. That's right. They grab ass, right, Hood Rich, yeah. Right before, like more choice, and flexibility, dude.
More freedom to choose how you play the games you want.
More freedom. How do more freedom when you're isolating people with higher prices? How is that more freedom? How is that more freedom? You got one tier that has day one games in it. That's been your call to arms. Day one game. They got the voice. Was it? Day one Game Pass. Day one Game Pass. Day one Game Pass. You built a whole empire on day one Game Pass. You had your own voiceover, day one. And now you got one tier with a day one. More flexibility, though. All marketing shit. JC, remember, 30 friggin' months. Big boom, the big dirty 30. There you go. I think you, JC. Awesome. VIP grind in the house.
Freedom to choose how you play the games you want.
Jabba Jabba.
Here's a look at what's new and what's changing. First off, you might have noticed some changes to the plan names. Xbox Game Pass Core is now Xbox Game Pass Essential. Xbox Game Pass Standard is now Xbox Game Pass Premium. And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is still Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
How is premium? Doesn't include day one games, but it's premium. Premium what? The games come over a year later. There's Essential, like PlayStation, they took that name. But why is it called premium? It's not no premium at all. It's wait over a year for whenever we decide to do it. All right.
We explored other names, but...
Oh, let's see what they did. Game Pass, awesome. Look at these corny ass shit. 2 Pass, 2 Furious. Game Pass Legendary. Oh my God. I tell you, this so... like... They Yo, Mr. Grimm with a 1 VIP. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Who'd he get? He got the Kipling's Lounge. Hit him up. There you go. Welcome. True SSJ, Game Pass is out of here. Either they give up the price again, they're going to up the price again, or probably the same time they do it right before Call of Duty, which everyone sees, or they get rid of it to make people buy games again. So profitable. True SSJ Havoc, that's foreshadowing there. That's not a rumor. That's a spoiler. True SSJ Havoc there. I think that's where they're going. But anyway, they always do this shit. Cool dads. That's right.
Of course, a lot more is changing than just the names. We've expanded all Xbox Game Pass plans to give you more games and more ways to play and more rewards than ever. Let's look at the upgrades to the plans one by one. First up, Essential, formerly known as Core. This plan is expanding to give you more ways to play, including PC and cloud gaming. Previously, Core was primarily for console, but Essential now lets you play games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud.
So basically, Xbox Live. That's what that was. But it's PC and cloud. So they're shoving the cloud back there because I guess everybody's been upgrading to Ultimate for cloud, right? Yeah, nah. And to play on PC and cloud.
That means you have the freedom to stream and play on any supported device. And with cloud gaming, that includes a lot of devices. We're also expanding the game library so you get access to over 50 games. And of course, you still get online multiplayer, so you can keep playing with your squad.
Yeah, so that Essential, again, it's just 50 games. It's the same games. Maybe they rotate something here and there, but they really just give you, it's sort of like the instant library. Here's 50 games that work across these devices. So if you have those games already or you play them already, that thing is useless. You're just playing for online or access of those games. Plus, I think the reason why they're doing that and the reason why they're giving that cloud to all of them is because the whole you own. So if you're subscribed to any one of those, that you could then play the games that you own, which is a very, very small amount right now. They're still adding them. So that's something they're growing.
Another upgrade is that Essential now includes in-game benefits for some of the biggest games, like League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Overwatch 2. And with Essential, you can earn up to 25,000.
Is League of Legends on Xbox? Is League of Legends on Xbox? It's on the console, right? No.
Rewards points a year just by playing the games you love. You can redeem your points for Xbox gift cards to get new games, add-ons, and more. So if you've got your eye on some DLC, you can spend points to bring home the bundle. Next up, Premium, formerly known as Standard. While Standard was built with console players in mind, Premium was built with everyone in mind. So we're giving you more ways to play with this one too, with games on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. You heard that right. PC and cloud are coming to Premium. With Premium, you get access to over 200 games. And when a new game is published by Xbox, it'll be added to the Premium library within 1 year of launch.
Oh, what is that? Notice she didn't say it, but they pop it up in the smallest text available to Phil Spencer in Word. It says it right there.
Premium also now
so what
offers
is that
100
pops right
games.
up underneath there?
And when a new game is published by Xbox, it'll be added to the Premium library within 1 year.
Wait, we got to remove the closed captioning. Oh, there it is. Excludes Call of Duty titles. Premium my ass. Premium my ass. The whole reason, $80 billion. And you're not getting Call of Duty, but no, you will get South to Midnight. Woohoo! Avowed.
On their little gaga.
Yeah. And excludes Call of Duty type. Dude, who would have thought that they spent $80 billion to dangle that recycled Call of Duty carrot in your face? Scummy. Phil, what was that again?
Black Ops 6 Day 1 Game Pass.
Black Ops
pretty
6,
sweet,
dude.
right? Like,
Some people said I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, most people in this room have probably been used to spending 60, 70 bucks on it every year. Now, if they're already subscribed,
What is it, Phil? It's a choice.
And
good to go.
But it's a choice. Like, we didn't say to anybody, you have to subscribe to play. If you want to buy Black Ops, it's great. It's great for us. It's great for the developer. If you want to subscribe, it's also great. Like, I want to give you the choice on how you play your games and who you play with, and not try to do slimy platform things to force you to do what I want you to do. Give the players choice and what they want to do and who they play with.
Well, that sounds goddamn slimy. Phil, that sounds like you have a tier there that your Xbox published games will be coming there at a later time, but not Call of Duty. You're just gonna have them wait.
Wait, just wait till E3 there will be a
slimy
showcase, but I can't say when all our games need help. Bootleg Studios helping with perfect art.
That's an old song. That's when they were helping. Dude, that sounds slimy, right? Oh, but it's choice. Choice. That's slimy as shit right there. Even the way it's presented is slimy. Good. Let's hear her say it.
By Xbox, it'll be added to the premium live access to over 200 games.
Slimy, Phil.
And when a new game is published by Xbox, it'll be added to the premium library within 1 year of launch.
Within 1 year of launch. Excludes Call of Duty. She don't say except Call of Duty. Easy Tone with the 10. He goes, they won't backtrack. Bots need to get it through their thick skulls. They don't care about consoles, PC handhelds, and PC Game Pass is all they care about. Look how they abandoned the console libraries. Hell yeah. Yeah, and you know what, Easy Tone? They're not even planning. Like, there's no plan on, like, how are they going to bring those libraries with them to PC. Like, that's the whole thing. It's like, it's wonderful, but people, like I said, 350 games on console do not come with me to PC or cloud. So, what are you doing? So stop with the whole like, oh, well, you're giving me access to PC and cloud. It's like, but my library does not go with me. The games I have, if they're in cloud, then I can play them. But a lot of the games may not be in cloud. 360 games, dude, that whole backwards compatibility that they glazed their asses for and they used it to carry when they weren't releasing games, all those backwards compatible 360 games, everybody was screaming in the streets. I was excited about it until I realized that we weren't getting sequels. They don't go with you. They're not in. They don't go. So, hello. And then this. Premium. No Call of Duty. You can't put old Call of Duties in there. Dude, they haven't even put Call of Duties in Game Pass this past year. Like the old ones. Everybody thought they were going to put all the Call of Duties, 1, 2, 3, Ghost, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare 2, 3. They never did any of them. People like the classic Activision catalog, Prototype. Dude, they haven't done any of that. All they've done is dangled Call of Duty in your face and give you 2 Call of Duties, Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. There you go. Slimy. Phil says. That's slimy right there. That's a goddamn slime ball right there. Steven Leone, Ultimate Grinder. Ultimate Grinder. Member who has all access to all the music in playlists without any intro, so you can listen to it like music. Member of 19 months, he goes, I think if they do shut down Game Pass, it's too late. They're burning all the loyal fans. They lost all the Bethesda ABK goodwill. Call of Duty, not going to save them. This is Zuna Mixa and so many others sad. Yeah, and I think that's where we're going to go. I think they're pricing themselves into a corner. Put baby in the corner. Lady Gamer 1980, member, a 25-month VIP grinder. Thank you for upping that. We'll get you on that VIP that VIP list over here. I'll get you on that thing right here. There we go, Lady Gamer cooking right there. Thank you so much. And now we go here. Noelle, what's up with the 5? He goes, They put money in the jukebox. Put money in the jukebox by request. But that's just for the new people here. You do something like that. That's a money in the jukebox. You get a song by request. So any song that we have here in the Gaming Grindhouse, that's money in the jukebox. You want it? You got it. Noelle, your favorite song coming on in. Somebody used to say this was their wedding song. Oh, man. Pause.
Oh, and Second Ops 2. New games are coming fast.
That's right.
12 minutes.
I got better tiers than Xbox does.
Shit. On GamePass. Some of them are like a Requiem.
Slimy Phil.
What to play first and what to play last. I'm at 2 ground, Shroom and Doom. 'Cause they're all
Games are coming fast, but they're not on Game Pass. There you go. That's Call of Duty for you. That's Microsoft leveraging Call of Duty to make it better for everybody. Remember, Phil's wearing a suit there. He's going to save Call of Duty. Yeah, he saved it. He put it in a nice little box, dangling it right in front of your face. Scammer.
Premium also now offers the same in-game benefits for some of the biggest games. So you can instantly unlock characters, cosmetics, and more.
Dude,
Looking
who cares? Unlock what, dude? What, a skin? PlayStation been doing this since, that's not a perk. That is, that's...
With Premium, you can play and earn up to 50,000 rewards points a year.
You got to play trash-ass games to earn points. Like, that's what they want you to do. Know what it sounds like? It sounds like this new structure is a way of getting people to play more to earn points. Like, it sounds like a big corporate credit card scheme. Well, you spend the money on this service and you play those hours and you'll get points to buy the stuff. Like, they're really hyping up this rewards thing. And I think they're like, well, we're going to just dump a shit ton of games at you. You just play them to earn rewards so that you could buy cards to pay for it. Like, what the fuck is gaming become a job? Like, what is that? That's fun? The game, and that's what it means. Like, no, people want to play great games. They don't want to play junk to get points, to get rewards. Like, who's wasting their time? You're going to sit on the couch and play some stupid ass game because you want to get rewards points? Like, you're going to, that's your time. The time that we have, the limited time, I'm going to spend it wasting time to earn rewards points and do all their goals. Like, that's fun. That's okay on the side, but like, it seems like a glorified like Game Pass turned into a battle pass. Basically, that's what it sounds like. And then Caleb says they capped the rewards. They made it worse. They made it harder to earn. People will play mobile games to grab some points here and there. And then you use it for Xbox cash. Man, it's scammy. Slimy, Phil. Slimy. So the incentive for Game Pass is not the quality games that are in there that you get access to. It's this manure of minutia to just grind and get some points. Like, that's the perk of all these things. It seems like it turned into a battle pass. It is craziness. Mr. Grimm with the 5, he goes $360 a month, $360 a year it is, which is about 4 or 5 price games a year, which is pretty much limited how much most people would buy games in a pro year. Exactly. Yeah, nobody's going to pay $360 a year to play Call of Duty. You know what I mean? If they just buy Call of Duty, right? But yeah, this whole rewards thing, they really are talking about it a lot in here. Yeah, you don't own nothing. All these people that are canceling their stuff, like, you're going to realize that you don't own the games. Like, and what's hilarious is all you dudes that bought like the Ultimate Editions for like Starfield, and now you cancel it. Well, guess what? You could sit there and stare at your DLC Ultimate version because you don't have the game anymore. But you paid $30 for the DLC. You paid $30 to access Forza Horizon 5 early, 4 days early. Because guess what? They were doing day one, but then they did that 48-hour buy the Ultimate Edition, get it early. So they made you guys buy a discounted $27 to $30 for a game you don't own to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition to play it 2 days earlier.
You're my
And now guess what? You cancel your service, guess what you do with that Ultimate Edition? Yeah, you can put it where the sun don't shine, Phil Ness.
Like, I'd have to go back and look at...
No, you gotta go back. Easy Tone with the 5. He goes, I saw someone say Microsoft is smart. They know you'll pay for it when there's a game you want. Selling access for $30 instead of $70 is smart. Yeah, there'll be people that jump on. And Easy Tone, we have a term here at the Gaming Grindhouse for that. That's called peekaboo gaming. You jump on, you play what you got to do, and jump off. Like I said before, Ninja Gaiden, Call of Duty, and Outer Worlds 2 are releasing within like 3 weeks of each other. You rent it. You go to GameFly. Oh, we'll see that. But yeah, Knox since 1985 gives a 5. He goes, Xbox is literally all over the place and extremely contradicting. I don't know why Xbox fans put themselves through this. The console is next. It's on its way out. Yeah, and you know what, Knox? The thing is that this whole thing really is the ultimate screw job to the console player, because they're the ones that got to pay $30 a month for that day one Game Pass, which she's going to get into now.
1,000 rewards points a year. Plus, you get access to exclusive quests, and you get twice the points when you buy games and add-ons. So you'll have even more ways to earn rewards.
Wow. Exclusive quests. Uh-oh. Money hadden. Uh-oh. Gatekeeping quests. Uh-oh. Lady Gamer, hit that. Thank you. See you, man. Hit that like button. They got exclusive quests for people. Uh-oh. Where are all the cheerleaders? Where are the Xbox cheerleaders out there? I need to know where they are. Where are they? They're putting quests, exclusive quests. I don't know what quests they're talking about. Maybe they're talking about the reward quests. I don't know. Now, she said game, right?
Earn rewards. Finally, let's take a look at quests, and you get twice the points when you.
Oh, maybe
you can
quests.
Play and earn up to 50,000.
Maybe the quest she's talking about is playing a game, like boot up a game or something.
Rewards points a year. Plus, you get access to exclusive quests, and you get twice the points when you buy games and add-ons. So you'll have even more ways to earn rewards.
I guess she's talking about other quests, like maybe not game quests. I don't know, but it's just all weird shit.
Finally, let's take a look at Ultimate.
Exclusive quests, though.
The best thing about
yeah.
Ultimate is that you can play new games on day one. That includes games like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, The Outer Worlds 2,
now she talks about Call of Duty.
And High on Life 2. But now,
yo, that's a pretty dude, that is a pretty oh yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and High on Life 2. It's like
games like Call of Duty Black Ops 7, The Outer Worlds 2, and High on Life 2.
Yeah.
But now, the best is getting even better. Ultimate subscribers will get access to over 75 day one games a year. We're also adding...
That is pretty interesting. 75 games a year. So let's see how good you're doing, Xbox, because I need to do some grindhouse research on you. So I was going through my AI research, and I'm like, 75 games a year. That seems to be a number that they're throwing around, right? Let's see how they've been doing this year. Right, here we go. So let's see. And what's funny is that if you look at AI, it tells you right here that it says right here, it says, while the full year schedule is not public, more games will be announced. The list covers what has been confirmed for launch. And you look, and it's about 26 day one games. You know, the big ones here, they have the Hollow Knight, Mixtape, Routine coming later this year. A lot of them don't have release dates. Dungeons of Hindenburg, Metaphor. Well, that wasn't join Game Pass in May. No, that joined Game Pass in May. That's not even, that was day one, Metaphor? That came out last year, though. May. All right, whatever. Flintlock, day one available as of now. Hades, Hogwarts. Now, see, that's bullshit. The AI is wrong. Hogwarts is not day one. Now, let's go do the list. Here we go. Confirmed titles. Here we are. Black Ops. So that was a wrong one. They have listed 12 titles. 12. Black Ops, Outer Worlds, Avowed. Dude, they got Project Mara. Man, even Microsoft is confusing AI. That's how crazy. They got all these promises in here. They got Project Mara. Dude, why is that part of the 12? 75 day one games. I've been trying to find out where this list is, and there's no list of day one games. Do you believe that? But they use it in their talking points that you'll get, what was that? Over 75 games, day one games a year. And no, what's hilarious is that there is no way to find out how many day one games they've been putting out. And we know a majority of those 75 are going to be games that Colt will call.
On their little gaga.
Yeah, AI is hallucinating, man. Microsoft even confused AI. Keeper, Ninja Gaiden. So here are the day ones here. Coming soon. Outer Worlds 2, Call of Duty, Flight Simulator. Dude, it confused AI. There is no list. Even AI can't tell you. I was trying to research how many games. Even AI doesn't even know how many day one games they release in Game Pass. But they got it here, over 75 day one games. Anybody keeping count? Because there's no way to track what they did this year. And if the number that I got just from all those things, the highest number that I got from just doing a bunch of prompts to find out how many day one games came to Game Pass, it said 26. And some of those games were coming. They're on the list, but they don't have release dates for next year. So it said like up to 26 games. That's the number that the AI was pumping out, and you could see how confused it was. So I don't even know, but there was nothing even close to 100 or 75 for day one games, and I can't imagine this year with 75. So unless that's a new initiative, who's tracking? But it's there. So and of what we know from Microsoft, what's coming? 75 games a year, right? So let's see on the list. Perfect Dark is gone. We got Call of Duty next year. Forza next year. Fable, we'll give them Fable. Fable next year. Who else are we going to give them? What else are we going to give them? From their Xbox studios. Who else? We got Call of Duty, Forza 6. What is there ones I'm missing? Contraband's gone. That's not even there. Perfect Dark is gone. What is it? Everwild's not on the list. Not a Doom game. Who? Wolfenstein? Maybe a Wolfenstein? I have a problem coming up with 5 games from their studios. Gears, maybe. We'll give them Gears. Let's give them Gears. Gears E-Day. So let's give them Forza, Gears, Perfect Dark. No, not Perfect Dark. Shit, no. Forza, Gears. Let's give them Fable. Let's give them Call of Duty. And how many? I'm struggling to come up with even 10 from their studios. They usually show like 3 or 4 games in January. Halo, there's 6. There's 5. Whatever Halo that may be. Yeah, exactly. Whatever Halo is. All right. So we got 5. We're giving them Fable. So you're going to do Fable, Halo, Forza, Gears, Call of Duty. That's 5. We got any more? Anybody else working on games? Who else could come up with a game? Ninja Theory, we'll give them 1. All right. Let's just... who else? I don't even know. All right, so now they need 65 more. We give them 10. Let's give them 10. They need 65 more day one games. We'll give them 10, which I'm giving them Fable and a Halo game that we don't know anything about. Like, all right, so good job. I'll give you, I couldn't even come up with 7 that I know of. You got to I'll give you 10. You got to come up with another 65 for $360 a year. Good job. And where they're coming from? You think it's who's it gonna be? You think or a GTA, Witcher? Yeah, they're all gonna be there day one, dude. What are the 10 games gonna be? It's gonna be games that they don't think are gonna sell. Clockwork Revolution. Let's give them that one. Yeah, we're still working up to 10. New Doughboy. Yeah, they need 6 a month. Josh says. Solitaire Minesweeper. All right, let's continue with this.
We're also adding 2 new partner subscriptions. With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics in addition to EA Play. And Fortnite Crew will be added in November.
Yes,
in total,
this has been the biggest fallout of the whole thing. People do not. First off, how are they adding EA Play has been there since 2019 or 18. They've been doing EA Play. So that can't justify the increase of the price. EA Play has been there. Ubisoft Classics, I think, was added earlier this year. Hold on. When was Ubisoft Classics added to Game Pass? I remember Ubisoft doing it in the summer, right? No, wasn't Ubisoft? Let me see. Ubisoft added to Game Pass. I thought Ubisoft was doing something. I thought I remember something earlier this. Yeah. Oh, before the October 1st, it says before that, the first fruits of the partnership between Ubisoft Montreal and Ubisoft Games was Assassin's Creed Origins in Game Pass on September 15th, 2022. On January 5th, 2022, Ubisoft announced, yeah, I know. Oh my God, grinders. Yo. Wow. Ubisoft Plus subscription has been in there since January 2022. Ubisoft announced that its Ubisoft Plus subscription would be coming to Xbox in the future with the day one release of Rainbow Six Extraction for Game Pass members. And we waited 3 years to get old ass Ubisoft games. So how's she saying these are new? They were talking about the Ubisoft Plus subscription service in 2022. It took them 3 years? Ubisoft, yo, I gotta get the click on this one. Hold on, man. This is, yo, as I said, I smell that filling ass. I smell it. So Fortnite is the only thing they're adding, actually. It is, because the other two have been in there somewhere, some way. I guess they rebranded it. But there it is. Like, what was this? Like, what the hell is this? Look. Look at this. Assassin's Creed kicks off new Xbox Game Pass and Ubisoft partnership. That was September 2022. And it's only the beginning. Microsoft has announced the next batch of titles, Game Pass, Assassin's Creed. Yeah. In May, they had partnered with their revamped PlayStation Plus. Ubisoft put their Ubisoft Plus in premium. For now, it remains to be seen if Game Pass or PlayStation Plus will be privy to AAA Ubisoft titles on launch day. Well, they're still not doing that. So there you go. Great job. So Ubisoft, who are doing great, and I'm sure Ubisoft's pumping out games left and right too, right? You can't wait. That's why they're doing classics, because they don't have any new games. But anyway, so really Fortnite is the reason why. So
Ultimate gives you access to
but she said
Fortnite Crew. With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics. Members will get access to over 75
wait, I want to hear what she
games
introduces these
We're
to.
also adding 2 new partner subscriptions.
We're adding 2 new partner subscriptions.
With Ultimate, you'll now have access to Ubisoft Plus Classics in addition to EA Play. And Fortnite Crew will be added in November.
Requires Xbox Game Pass Ultimate.
In total, Ultimate gives you access to over 400 games playable on Xbox console, PC, and cloud. And when you stream games with cloud gaming, Ultimate gives you our best quality with the shortest wait times. To round out the package...
Oh, yeah. So the other clouds, the clouds on the lower tiers, give you lower quality. That trash-ass Xbox cloud, like 720p, maybe 1080p. So you don't get the 1440p unless you're an Ultimate. Oh, damn. And less wait times. Oh, man. Dude. If you're on Essential, you're going to have like a 20-minute queue to play a game on Xbox. Oh, man. Meanwhile, the Ultimate dudes are going to be getting in there. Yo, this is... Cable company.
You get the same in-game benefits you're used to. And with Ultimate, you can play and earn up to 100,000 rewards points a year. That's 4 times the points you get with Essential. So now you're
not getting those points. You got to earn them.
You know what's new with Xbox Game Pass Essential, Premium, and Ultimate. All 3 plans are designed to give you more value, more rewards, and more ways to play than ever before. And however you like to play, Xbox Game Pass has a plan that's right for you.
And let's see what the comments have to say about this one. Number 1 with 5,000 comments. I love to see the dislike ratio on this one. Cancel subscription. That's how I play now. We're liking that one, grinders. Nobody can kill Xbox better than Microsoft themselves. I love watching the fallout of this. This is how we play now. Sounds like the most unintentionally. They should have turned off comments. You know, I don't know what Greenberg does over there. I don't know who their marketing people are over there, but they got their head so far up booty's ass. They should have turned off comments for this thing. But nope. Read them and enjoy, grinders. Hit that like button. Let's go. This is how we play now. Sounds like the most unintentionally threatening slogan I've ever seen. Look at these like ratios. My God, they're like 6,000 likes. Holy crap. What do these people have to say? Yeah, it's similar to this is the new normal, just terrible marketing. Sounds intentional to me. This is how we pay now. We hear you. Girl talking crap and Nadella of faces of defeat. Either play our way or else. Like it or lump it. Man, rest in peace, Game Pass, 2017 to 2025. They're listening to the feedback. This is what gamers wanted, you said. Why are all these people saying this stuff? This is what gamers wanted. Look at these likes. 3,000 likes on these comments. Change the name from standard to premium is some crazy Black Mirror episode shit. They're listening, though. They're listening. Who's reading the comments? Greenberg's team. Standard to premium. Brave of them to leave comments on. Yeah, I agree, dude. This is how clueless they are. Leave comments on for this. Congratulations. You convinced me not to renew my subscription next month. $20 a month was a push to the edge. Oh, man. 20 months was a push to the edge. $30 a month is a kick right off the edge.
Is that a deal? No, I keep losing at deals, and I don't want to make it.
This is what they asked for.
I'm leaving, and you can't stop me. I'm packing my bags. Very come day into this. A bump in the road comes, and she's be sarcastic. I won't be coming back until Saturday when you leave. She's gonna try to stop me, but she can't run in those little high heels.
This person.
This face again.
You know it's gonna be bad when they say we listened to your feedback. Dude, this is the feedback. I don't remember my feedback being raised the price by 50%. This is hilarious, dude. This is we're gonna have Grindhouse's entertainment for the next 5 years. We're gonna have more content than Phil could put in Game Pass. $30 a month is fucking insane and honestly a slap in the face and a kick in the nuts.
I can go directly to Black Nuts.
34,000 dislikes to 7.6 likes. 7.6K likes. Yo, I hope you hear this feedback. Oh, feedback for the next update. Lower the price. Oh, man. Did I say 2017 again? Did I say 2012? Xbox DRM? Whatever, Xbox, whatever year, 2015? Man, we didn't ask for Fortnite subscriptions. We didn't ask for old Ubisoft games. That is constantly on sale anyway. Yep, never go full Ubisoft. 7.K bots. Dude, that unknown, that's AI just auto-liking it. Microsoft hammering the final nail in the coffin. At least we had the 360. Oh, man, we listened to shareholders. Yo, we listened to your feedback and did something completely different. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it. Basically, a PC update to Xbox that no one asked for, especially for the 50% price increase. That's what I mean. Like, they're like, we added PC and cloud. It's like, dude, they're console players. Nobody wants that horse shit. It is a lot of bots. One, I think it's AI, all the Microsoft employees. Phil Spencer said, hey, everybody at Microsoft, go like this video. he got Satya and his family liking the video. When she said we listened to your feedback, she was talking about the shareholders. Oh, man. People can't afford their mortgages, buy food. I forgot that. And know what's crazy is Game Pass was always the best value in gaming. Isn't it hilarious how it is now the biggest kick in the nuts? What's up, Dog Zone?
I have an exciting life now.
It's crazy.
You're going to love my nuts. Watch this.
It's pretty. it's pretty telling that Phil, Matt, and Sarah are always in front of the camera to announce new games, but never stuff like this. Phil Ness Mouse. I just canceled my Xbox Ally pre-order. That was something that I tweeted out too. You know, I put out here, one of the things here was, I said, you know, I saw the ROG Ally thing and I immediately thought, I was like, you know, Asus must be like, are you friggin' kidding me? Like, we branded Xbox. We branded the Xbox ROG Ally with you supposed to be our branding people. Like, I'm sure Asus needed this more because they just released a Asus X, like the ROG X last year at the same time. So they needed something to differentiate it to not look like they're just stacking the deck like X2 and X3. So for Asus, I'm sure this rebranding probably was something they would look forward to, going, oh, we'll put a twist on this new chip. Since we did an X last year, this will be an X2. But with Xbox here, Xbox could spin it around as an Xbox. We'll put a button on it. And I'm sure for Asus, this seemed like a win-win because they're like, oh, we'll get marketing from them, right, Cal? The Asus CEO must be pissed. Like, you're talking about you held on to the price on the like a day or two after announcing $1,000, and people still absorbing the $1,000 cost of this ROG Ally when they thought Microsoft's involvement would subsidize it. It's crazy that they do this. And one of the big lures to this thing was that full Xbox experience, which brings you to the store for Game Pass. And now the fact that they just stacked the deck and said not only is it $1,000 handheld PC, but the service that you're going to get on there is now increased. And maybe there's definitely the PC Game Pass that you can do and avoid the $30 for at least half the price, but you don't get cloud and you don't get console. And the thing is what they're trying to do with this transitional Xbox ROG Ally is bring the console players to PC. Well, how are you going to do that when you just charge those console players $30 a month? Who's moving over? And Asus got to be sitting there going, are you freaking kidding me, Microsoft? You did all this shit right before we're dropping this Xbox. You took the Xbox name and all you see is cancel Game Pass. Xbox sucks. It's DRM all over again. And now the Xbox branding, which you thought was an advantage for your ROG Ally Xbox. This is our Xbox.
Where the box is in the name of our brand.
Now being labeled Xbox is like is getting a nut punch. It is crazy. It is insane that they did this right before they're releasing this hardware. It is a 2017 Xbox DRM. Like, they basically sabotage Asus. Like, I think Asus CEO or Asus got to be like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Because all the little perks that we were doing with this partnership was Xbox was supposed to be like, this is your console. This is how you treat your OEMs. I'm sure Lenovo and MSI and HP can't wait to line up and brand their shit Xbox after you see what the perception is online of what Xbox represents. You know? Thank you, Marvelous Marvin. Appreciate it, man. Hit that like button. Best stream on YouTube. Dude, like, nobody talking about this, but I just thought of this. I'm like, they made the worst marketing move. Xbox made the worst, increasing Game Pass and running the Xbox brand, because it's not only increasing Game Pass, but now the Xbox brand is greedy. It was the best value. Now it's too much. Canceling Game Pass. Dude, that was the transition service that was going to get people to move to a device like this. It was Game Pass and cloud gaming and your cross saves and your cross progress. You just basically jacked up the price on all those advantages. And you know what? We should have been, we should have known. We should have known. We should have known, because they were talking, this is an Xbox and grinders. Like I said before, this is the guy who's behind it all too. He's still thinking on a toilet bowl. SteamOS got them shaking in their boots. And they just tarnish, like, whatever, like, and we know that the Xbox is always looking for relevancy. They're always fighting for their life, trying to say we're the cool dads and stuff. And, dude, this thing comes out in a week or so, and you just basically jacked up the bridge. Like, it's like, oh, we're going to lead you guys on a bridge from console to getting a handheld. Your saves go with you. Your games go with you. The purchases on the console, you could stream them from your console and all this stuff. Know what's crazy? Is that you could do Xbox stream from your console for free on your phone. Just like the PlayStation Portal, you could do that for free. You don't need any cloud service. You don't need any subscription. You have your games on your Xbox. You direct Wi-Fi to a phone or to an Xbox app, and you could. That's how they want you to play your Xbox games. It's free. That's the free part. That's what's crazy about it. Well, my library does not come with me to the ROG Ally X. The library doesn't come with me to the ROG Ally X. Well, you could just stream them off your Xbox. You want to know how much that costs? $0. 0. Just like the Portal. 0. No service. No rewards. You could play your games on the go right now with the phone in your hand. Just get a strap-on. Pause. But that's it. That's $0. There's no service involved. Direct Wi-Fi, just like the thing. And it's been like that since 2017. And that's the crutch that they're using to tell you to play your 300 games that don't come with you to PC. Just stream them from your Xbox. You don't need a service. You don't need $30 a month to do that. So if you're an Xbox guy and listening, these are the facts. You could stream your games to another device from your Xbox console for free. So just to let you know, you don't need cloud. Don't you remember when they were differentiating the two between, xCloud and Xbox Wi-Fi or something like that? They had another term for it. And the cloud goes to the Azure servers, but the other one just goes to your Xbox, like a portal. That's free. So if you want to play your games on the go, you can do it right now for free. You don't need this. And that's all that people wanted. Basically, the Xbox guys wanted a portal. They wanted a portal. They wanted to take their library on the go. And if it could be native, that's great. But that brings a lot of caveats. Power, cost, battery life, publisher rights, where it goes. ABDCFG said, within an hour of hearing this today, I canceled my subscription and sold my Xbox. Unbelievably scummy company. Slimy. I have never buy another Xbox hardware again. And that's what I mean. And thank you, ABCDFG. But like, I am sure that's the moniker of a lot of people that heard this news. That's the kind of, I'm canceling this. I'm pissed. I'm leaving. No one needs cloud. No, they don't. I'm leaving. I'm doing this stuff. So they're really pissing people off. So the Xbox branding associated with this has got to be bad for Asus. Asus got to be like, you got to be freaking kidding me. Like Microsoft, the timing is horrible. We're trying to get over the hump of $1,000 device right here. And you're not helping us by just taking Xbox and telling people don't want anything to do with Xbox, because you are money grubbing them and being slimy. Well, thank you for slapping your Xbox tramp stamp on our device. We're going to know, I'm going to tell you, what's going to happen. Here's another Grindadamas. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Steam version of this that comes out early next year. Boom. I wouldn't be surprised if Asus turns it around going, get a Steam OS version of this device, the ROG, get a Steam OS. And we're going to do a ROG X. We're going to do a ROG Ally X Steam OS edition. And they're gonna take that Xbox button and they're gonna turn it into a Steam button. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised. Liquid Data member 28 months. He goes, yo, I'm watching while I'm at Aruba at a bar. Yo, have a drink on the gaming grindhouse. Mojitos, baby. There you go. Or Miami Vice. I like the Miami Vices too. Enjoy, man. Beautiful weather, I'm sure. And thank you. Grindhouse hit an Aruba on vacation. There you go. The Ally OS. I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if Asus is like, yo, get the Steam version. And they probably take that button. Remember, they didn't make it. Listen, we're going to do zoom in. Remember, they told Xbox they don't want that button to be a circle, that Xbox button over here next to the joystick. They has to be a rhomboid or whatever the hell it is, because that's the Asus's design. Well, that's easy. All they got to do is print the Steam logo on there, and they got a Steam OS. Imagine if they made that a circle. They probably would have that. They probably could make it a Steam OS button too, but like they could just repurpose that to a Steam OS button. Make it a Steam button. Just preprint, just stamp it as a Steam button. Put it in there. You got the handles, Steam OS, and that thing will fly off shelves because that people want the Zen 2 with a Steam OS. And they'll probably get and guess what? I bet you the Steam OS version is cheaper because the Lenovo just did it. So I wouldn't be surprised because right now this is not Asus. OEMs are not one-trick ponies, man. They're not going to just sit on this and go, "Oh, ROG Ally." Nah, man. They'll come with a Steam version of it.
Number one customer.
But they gotta be kicking themselves, going, "Microsoft, really? This is what we do. This partnership, all this development, all this stuff." And 2 weeks before we just got over the hump of $1,000 for we announced the price, we held on to it as long as possible. You drop that you're increasing the price of all your services, and $30, the probably the most expensive gaming service, and screw in the console people that you want to come over to this transitional device. Insane. Easy Tone with the 5 because did you ever talk about that out of touch video they did with kids in the black and white predicting the cloud? If you, I did see that though. No, I didn't talk about that stuff, but that was weird too. But like again, like this, their stuff is weird. Here's another one they did, dude. Oh, they probably have like music in here. And that's their stuff. Anybody remember Avowed and South to Midnight came out this year? Man, talk about falling off the radar. Like they did have some good hits this year. You know, with Claire Obscura and Silk Song. So they got some good ones, but $30, you can just buy those games. Yeah, more rewards and benefits, including Riot Games benefits. Dude, like I said before, like one account, you got to like Riot Games and Fortnite and Ubisoft games and EA games, one person. Because this is not a family plan. That's why I said the family plan would have done something with this. You could have kind of justified maybe, oh, well, they play Fortnite, I don't play this, I play that, and everybody could take a little bit from the premium. But they didn't do that. They just want one person, the one gamer that's going to do all this. They don't even play after games in Game Pass anyway. And Laura Fryer was right after all. That's right, Gaff. It was. She was. And doing all this before the holiday season. So, like, we're unparalleled access. Look at this. And what's crazy is that for that Essential one, they say cloud, but that doesn't get Game Pass games. That only has 50 games. So if you buy Essential, you get cloud, but you get cloud for those 50 games if they're available. So don't think you get Essential and it's like, I could play all these Game Pass games on my MetaQuest. No, Essential only has 50 games in it. The other one only has 200. The other one has 400. So which games are they? Which games there are? Dude, it is crazy. It is crazy.
You're my number one customer.
And like, look, here's their post here. Still pumping up their reward stuff. Yeah, earn the rewards. Michael Meridian with the 10. He goes, how are they convincing publishers to release their games on all these platforms? Didn't Moore's Law say that they would sue if they try and emulate? Also, we don't play everywhere either. Yeah. I know, man. Like you don't play everywhere. And the thing is how they're not. The thing is that that's why these three things, PC, cloud, and console, it's not the same library of games. There's a lot of overlap, but in the honest use of it, as I see it, I get it. I got it with my PC. I have PC Game Pass that comes. So like if you get a laptop or you get a desktop, you get 3 months of Game Pass. Activate it. And then if you don't decide to keep the laptop, keep the laptop. But you could stack them. So like I got a laptop, I try out some computers, I activate it, and then I get 33 months of PC Game Pass. So I don't have the cloud. I don't have access to the cloud. And then I think the Samsung tablet gave me 1 month of Ultimate, and I tried the cloud. And it was horrible. Like, it is low quality, man. So finally they're doing it, but the high quality cloud is only 1440p, and that's with the $30 a month tier. And there was queues to wait. I remember seeing the plane going across. I'm like, I gotta wait to play this stuff? This is ridiculous. I wanted to try it. Because I always try stuff to share. Because that's the whole point of why I do this. You know what I mean? If I found something that's really cool, I want to share it with you guys. Or something that doesn't work, then I advise you not to, hey, this didn't work for me. But the thing is that it really is bad quality. And what's crazy is that PlayStation has streaming to their portal independently and streaming on the console where you don't have to download the game in. You can play it in 4K with all the surround sound and all the features of the joystick. And it's 4K 60 on PlayStation streaming on their console. Xbox don't have that. Xbox still don't have it. And even at $30 a month, they don't have it at all. And again, one more thing I like to add is that I went through here. Like, this is what I wanted to show you because I want to show you this. So, and who knows if they're going to increase the price, but right now, I just wanted to show, this is something that even if PlayStation increases their price, this is what I wanted to show you. And I've done this in multiple videos before, but what I wanted to show you is this. Here it is. Is this comparison? Because I had it on the PlayStation there, and I wanted to show because what they do. Yeah. Now, why is this in European? I don't want it in euros. I want it in US. Because what I was doing is the highest tier of PlayStation, right? The highest tier of PlayStation will be $215 if you paid $18 a month. That's the one that gives you the streaming, the trials, game trials, which is something that Microsoft doesn't do, which I thought the trials are great. I use the trials a lot to see if I want to buy it. But it's $215. But if you buy it for the year, you get it for $160. You get like almost a $60 difference. So I was looking at the other tiers. So if you pay for the year up front, you get like $60 off. Xbox never did that. You can't buy a year of Game Pass to like, so if they'd said, well, it's $360 a year, and then for $360 a year, but then you could, if you buy the year up front, we'll give it to you for $250 or $260. You take $100 off or $290. It's still a lot. $360 is a lot. So like, but like they'll give you a discount if you invest for the year. And it would make sense because you don't know the release cadence. If you're looking for day one games, you don't know the release cadence. So I would feel comfortable to subscribe to Game Pass for a year because I don't know when these games are coming out. And at least a 1 year subscription is a catch-all. I'll get some of them rather than having this reoccurring charge every month or buying a 3-month subscription. And that's where the PlayStation one, They have, so like just to kind of show like this is euros, but just to give the idea of like, see what I mean? Like you could pay monthly and pay a higher price. You could pay quarterly and get $1 or so off, or you pay yearly and you get like $50, $60 off. So you get a discount for buying a year of one of their subscriptions, all 3 of them. And you get a year. That's what I do all the time. So that's what I've been doing. And Microsoft never ever did that. You would think, why wouldn't you do that? Because they don't want to give you a discount. They do not want to give you a discount. They'd rather have you, like, think about it, slog through rewards. Why? Because then they could talk about player engagement. They need engagement. So what they're doing is they're manipulating you to earn rewards by doing quests so that you play more games and they could say we have more active users or we have more engagement than ever before because everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses and your price increases and trying to use rewards to offset the increase of prices. Like you got to think about it. This whole reward system, you see it right in the middle. Play and earn to 20. No, you should just be giving me for the amount of money that I'm paying for this bullshit. You should be giving me $5 credit every month. for putting up with your increased prices. But no, I gotta play and earn. So you gotta like boot up some janky ass games.
The buried treasure is gemstones.
You gotta boot up some janky ass stuff to get a quest done, to earn rewards. Like in PlayStation had something like that where you like would download a certain game or buy a certain game and you got rewards for buying games and things like that. Play and earn. Like whatever, man. Like you should just give, when you're up at that price, it's crazy. But there's no annual discount for any of the Game Pass subscriptions. There never was. And what's crazy is that Xbox Live did it first. Xbox Live, they increased it from $5 a month to $7 to $10 a month. And I remember it was $50 a year. And then they increased it to $60 a year after like 5 years. $60 a year. But if you paid a la carte for Xbox Live, you were going to pay almost double that. You were going to pay. That's why everybody freaked out. What I talked about earlier was that everybody freaked out when they like, well, you're making it $120 a year because they took away the annual discount. They're like, we're not selling the $60 cards anymore for 1 year of Xbox. Pull them from the stores. And everybody went crazy because that meant that you had to pay $10 a month. They tried it back then and they got caught. And then Phil Spencer said, we're sorry, and gave you gears in there. And they reissued the $60 a year cards because everybody's like, are you kidding me? And they did the same thing. So they don't have an annual discount, but PlayStation has. And that's a big difference between the two of them. So even if Sony goes along and increases the prices, they still have that annual discount. Now, if they get rid of it, now, you know, then we'll come back here and talk about it, how now they're screwing us with the subscriptions, you know, on PlayStation stuff. But Xbox never had an annual subscription. And mine's coming up. My PlayStation one is coming up in 2 weeks. So another tip, this is what happened to me last year, was that I let it lapse a day, and then they gave me like a 10% discount in addition to the annual discount to renew. So I'm trying it again this year. I'll let you know if it happens because I'll know in 2 weeks. I just let my subscription on PlayStation lapse. Let it go one day. Let it not auto-renew. And then I signed up and it's like, oh, here's a 15% discount in addition to the thing. So just to let you know, that's I'm going to try it again because that's what happened last year. It's like, oh, would you like to renew your 1 year now? I was like, okay, sure. It's like, oh, here's 15%. So I got like it for like $144 or like $140 for the year of premium. And yeah, usually they do a Black Friday sale. So if you wanted to hold out until Black Friday to activate it, you could do that as well. But I'm not going to do that because I need it for Battlefield. So I'm not going to do that. But they did do it if it just lapses. Just turn off auto renew and see. You're not going to lose anything. You're not going to lose anything. But it's worth a shot. So I'm going to try it again. Because, hey, man, we got to work in these streets to get this stuff done. Yeah. I'll let you know, definitely. I'll let you know. It worked out last year. So if anybody gives it before, it happens. Like, you just turn off auto-renew. It goes away. It says you stopped. And then you just activate it again. And when you buy it, they gave you like a discount in addition to the year. That's what happened. But it's like a 10% or so. But let me get to these. Glassdoor Game with the 5. He goes, my buddy canceled Game Pass and then told me the console felt empty with no games on it. He bought a PS5 YOTEI today and feels like he missed out. Yo, Glassdoor Gaming, welcome. Welcome. I was talking about YOTEI earlier, man. Oh my God. It's so awesome. And dude, you got to be in gaming euphoria if that happens to you. Because that's another great point that Glassdoor puts up there is that you don't own any of those games. So it is, and I've said this before on the show, was like, it is easy to leave Xbox. You cancel Game Pass and that thing is a brick, especially if your whole point was to buy the console and get Game Pass for cheap and just play these games with Game Pass. As soon as you stop, like Glassdoor says, you have nothing. You have save files with no games. You have DLC with no main game. You don't have a library. Remember what Phil said? We lost. Well, wait a second. We don't need to remember. We don't need to remember. Let's see what he says here. What was this? We lost the worst generation.
Just focused on our console that somehow we're going to win the console race.
I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. I see commentary that if you
Here it
just
is.
build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost the worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation, where everybody built their digital library of games.
And there you go. The digital library of games. And you just said, Glassdoor, he canceled and his digital library went poof in the air. Poof. So what do you have left? It's easy. Get rid of this brick and let me start building my library on another platform, whether it be Steam, whether it be PS5, whether it be Switch. There's no library holding you back on Xbox because that library was a mirage. It was powered by a subscription. And that's the problem that Game Pass always had. And I brought this up so many times over the last 7-8 years or whatever, how Game Pass does not tie you to anything. There's no obligation there. Once you stop paying, you don't have anything. You have no library. And he says how important that library was to lose. So what Phil should have did, he contradicts himself in that quote because he says building great games won't let things turn around, but we lost the generation because people built their libraries. So knowing that, Phil, that should have been immediately making great games and having people buy your great games and build those libraries. You just threw your shit up in the air. You needed people to build those libraries again, and you didn't. You said go in Game Pass, and then once you stop paying, you don't have a library. So you could be like, yep, get rid of it. Hey, let me go buy YOTEI and a PS5. You're done. You're golden. And guess what? That whole thing, I'm going to tell you, I felt that same way. That's it. I gave Xbox that side eye when I played Uncharted 4. And I said right there, feels like he missed out. It is euphoric. It is a feeling that you feel, but you feel like you've been bamboozled. You've been glazed by all this the best value in gaming and all this other stuff. And meanwhile, you've been missing out on great, incredible games on any other platform because you've been sitting there going, well, I can't justify buying a PlayStation, a PC, and all. I got 200 or something games in Game Pass. I got to play that stuff. And Game Pass is great. And you are missing out on incredible games. And I'm telling you, booting up YOTEI, just hold that controller with the headphones on and you know you're at another level of gaming. And I'm sorry, that is not capping. That is not pony glaze. I'm telling you right goddamn now. You strap into that game, I got on my big ass 150-inch goddamn projecting screen. I can't imagine when I boot this up on my OLED. But what I'm telling you right now, when you sit there with headphones on, my Astro 850Xs, and you sit there with that DualSense controller, the Astrobot edition, and you sit there and you turn on that screen, and that whole thing, YOTEI blows up. I'm going to share those photos on X. And that controller is vibrating as she's writing things, and you're like, yo, the sound, the music, the graphics, the world. Just an hour in, it's gaining goddamn euphoria. I'm telling you right now, and you got to say, this is a whole nother level. It is because I played the Assassin's Creed thing and I was like, oh, that's good, dude. This is another whole other level. That's what this is. I'm telling you. And if you don't appreciate it, then fine, I don't care. But I'm telling you right now, just did it right here before this, so that's why it's made fresh in my head. It's not a goddamn glaze. They know how to make goddamn games. They know what to do with their features. They know they got PS5 Pro mode. PS5 Pro ray tracing mode. Bitch, please. It's a friggin' incredible. At 60 frames, running in there with the lighting and the environments and the draw distances. It's friggin' crazy. And that's just an hour in. But knowing that exists and you're sitting here trying to play Starfield, this thing, grinding on this for some quest to get a buck to save it on Xbox. Come on, Janky Jones in the house. Like, get the hell out of here. And you didn't, because you didn't buy it. You didn't buy it. When there's no ownership of any of those games, it's not your library. And that's the thing, the soul that they missed out by just having people depend on a subscription. Subscriptions are fine, but building a gaming system that's made to just game and having the audience depend on day one, because that's all you were shoving in people's faces. Don't tell me it's an option, because you were glazing the shit out of people. Game Pass. It was Game Pass or bust. You went so hard on Game Pass that publishers were afraid to put games not in Game Pass on your platform. You went so friggin' hard. Pause. And now here you are. And people could easily just cancel this, hand in their Xbox, and go start a library somewhere else where they buy their games. Even Steam Autumn sales. I'm going to go browse that now and look at some stuff in there. Building library. Steam knows what to do. What do you think those Steam sales are? It's to build a backlog of games that you own. And you're like, yo, I bought this stuff. But yeah, you bought it for $5-6, but still, you bought it. It was an acquisition of you paying money and getting a product. It wasn't paying money and getting an imaginary library that disappears as soon as that credit card doesn't get charged. And exactly, Nick, we do enough grinding on battle passes. They just made the Game Pass a whole battle pass. Marvelous Marvin, baby. He sold his Xbox too. Yeah, and welcome here. Subscribe to the Gaming Grindhouse, man. Like, yeah, I tell you, it's quality games. It's not just all one platform stuff, but I'm telling you, I've been following Xbox. You don't want to know. I know more Xbox than those Xbox green shows and stuff like that. Please. Glazing something. Oh, that's what frustrates me the most. Because I came from that shit. I know. Marvel's Mom with the 20. He goes, awesome live streams and videos. Always talking true facts. 100%. Awesome YouTube channel. Gaming Grindhouse is the best YouTube channel. 100% YouTube. Woo! Thank you, Marvelous Marvin. Oh, my goodness. Nice words. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey, man. This is what I do. It's crazy. Right? And this then says, Jez, the irony is that this is going to get Xbox players to actually buy games. And that's where I want to take it for the next few minutes. I'm going to go into that part. Easy Tone with the 5. He goes, I have the same story. Stayed loyal to Xbox until 2017. Got a PS4 Pro. And I've had more amazing... I have never had more amazing games in my life. It's a whole new world. Yeah, Easy Tone, man. I did. I just started building my library on PlayStation. It started with Uncharted 4. Then it did Until Dawn, and then God of War, and then Spider-Man, and then Last of Us, and it just kept building and building. And there was tons of games on PlayStation, PSVR games on there. I had the AIM controller. I got all that stuff, all this whole library of VR and all these quality games. And then they even had like those mobile games where you use them as a controller. What is it? The the arcade games there. I was doing it all. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And Xbox is sitting there like, yeah, we bought some studios. We bought some studios. What do you mean you bought some studios? How did I play that? And there was a PlayStation glaze, dude. That's right. That's the true PlayStation glaze. And Xbox like, oh, we're at E3. We're having a show. I bought some studios. Bought who? Yeah, we bought some studios. Dude, they're still waiting for games from those studios. PlayStation Link. Thank you, Josh. That's what it was. Yeah, Detroit Become Human was friggin' awesome, too. But, that was the thing. And I just started building my library on PlayStation. And now I'm at 500 games there. So... transition there. I bought a PC. And you want to know what? I'm going to tell you one other thing before we get on to some of the other stuff. You know what really started opening up my eyes was when Phil Spencer started talking about PC. I never even thought about getting a gaming PC at all. I was like, nah, Xbox is my gaming place. I'm all Xbox. I'm fine. Multiplayer, arcade. It's all good. But he started saying like, oh, well, I'm going to do Gears of War 4 on PC. It's going to be 4K, but we got Project Scorpio. And I'm like, I don't want to wait for Project Scorpio. Maybe I will get a gaming PC and I could start playing these Xbox games in higher fidelity while I wait, because, they were really struggling. Like I said before, like I had the white Xbox and I was plugging it in and it was HDR enabled, but it was not very bright. Xbox was fighting with that 900p. They had that 900p and their games were a lower resolution. It was never my gaming. I was like, oh, I could play them higher resolution while I wait. Well, once I got a PC and I started buying games there and saw the sales and saw the fidelity, I started saying, wait, playing somewhere else. Like, yo, this is this is better than that. Why didn't I was doing that? Because I was like in that world. And then I got the Switch and I was like, whoa, this is great too. I'm playing this. And then that opened me up. I was like, but PlayStation, I don't know, man. Sony, I was always had it against Sony, man. I got the PSP and I didn't like how they abandoned it. And I turned it into like a hacking device, like, with the PSP. And I just wasn't on the Sony bandwagon. I got the Sony PlayStation, the first one. I skipped PS2. I got a PS3 near the end of the generation, played a couple of games on there, but I hated the controller and didn't like to have party chat. And so I could never get hooked on it, even though I did like Killzone 2. And then, yeah, man, like that was it. But I never really, I was Phil Nest, dude. I had to get a deglaze and hose me down. Marijuana got hosed down. But yeah, but no, that was so my story. If I had new subscribers and stuff, like I got videos, you go back and, talk about the transition and stuff like that. But yeah, but Phil's the one who opened my eyes to like, oh, I'll get a PC, Phil. That's it. And guess what? He led us somewhere else. And that's what they've been doing. They're telling people to go play elsewhere. Like Sarah Bond said, you're not really a gamer, right? You're not really, like dudes like this. They're like, Lunchi sent me that one. Where is it? I think Lunchi sent me it. Where is it? Well, somebody sent it to me. I don't know. Somebody sent me that one. But anyway. But yeah, so like a lot of you guys have been alluding to this stuff. Oh, yeah. Savage to Web said he just tried Forza 5 on xCloud on his TV 4K. This is so ugly. They said it's 1440p, but it's barely 1080p. Yeah. Oh my God. Nick says I should tell people my basement of shame. Dude, I got Prototype here. I have, I got all the Xbox 360 games and backwards. Dollar Bill Phil. Remember Dollar Bill Phil? Yeah, no. Maybe I'll do it as a member stream. I'll show you all the Xbox stuff that I have down here. I'll show you all the stuff. But man, they are, yes, definitely fighting for their life right now. But you're right. That's a great point that you guys brought up in the sense of those things here. So you could tell, like a lot of people, the fallout from this is I canceled Xbox Game Pass. This is Steve. Now these are industry people. Paul Tassi. Oh man, I don't know if you use it. I have these people will subscribe for what? Well, Microsoft is no stranger to the, and also too, it does show you the glazing for Game Pass, how people went like all in on it. The fact that they're so like they were so passionate about Game Pass and $10 like ruined it for them. It really shows how much of a value was Game Pass. Like I think they were capping hard, dude. I think because that was the only thing to discuss about Microsoft was Game Pass, and I really think that. I'm done. It's trash. It's so like, whoa, really? Like, that's it? That's all you needed? Phil Spencer throws you a $10 bill, a friggin' Subway sandwich, and that's it? You put the pitchforks up? Paul titties. But a 50% increase makes you sit up and take stock to whether you get, oh man, yeah, the 50% increase. So he canceled. So let's see who else is canceling. Wait, I got some more here. Where did he go? Hold on. But yeah, he wasn't loving the Game Pass song, right? He wasn't loving the Game Pass song here.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them like a requiem.
He's gaming.
What to play first and what to
what else
play
we got here? Hold on.
Psychonauts 2, Ground, Shroom, and Doom.
And I thought that this is the video. Look at Phil Spencer here talking about this. This is where I got the clip from.
Great. Like I want to give you the choice on how you play your games and who you play with, and not try to do slimy platform things to force you to do what I want you to do. Give the players choice and what they want to do and who they play with.
Like
I want to give you
Black Ops 6 Day 1 Game Pass.
Black Ops 6
clean, right?
Dude, what a shithead.
Like,
some people said I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, most people in this room have probably been used to spending $60-$70 on it every year.
Look at this. Xbox consoles are now getting a full-screen Xbox Game Pass Ultimate ad to boot, just a day after a 50% price hike was announced. Dude, full-page ads when you boot up your Xbox. They went they went to plaid, man. They went to hell, dude. It's hilarious how this company was billed. Xbox Phil Spencer, the savior of gaming. He was everywhere. Everybody loved him. They shouted his name. Like I never saw another grown ass man break down. This man was breaking down grown ass men. Grown ass men, dude. Like this man. Phil Spencer! We need to get a visual around this. We need a
Microsoft Gaming CEO のフィル・スペンサーさんです。ぜひ大きな拍手をお願いします。
I am pleased to welcome the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Mr. Phil Spencer. A round of applause for him. This is my longtime friend and fellow Final Fantasy 14 fan.
Phil Spencer!
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer, baby, let's go!
He was so nice as a friend. Yo.
Microsoft Gaming CEO.
What are we doing here?
I am pleased to welcome the CEO of Microsoft Gaming, Mr. Phil Spencer. A round of applause for him.
Oh my god, dude.
This is my longtime friend and fellow Final
Where
Fantasy
is it?
14 fan.
Juicy, juicy, juicy.
We gotta do it!
Double glazed blackberries on top of Janky Jones. Pancakes, shake my head. Xbox marketing.
Hit that like button, grinders! We are cooking! Where is he? I got him with the goat.
Double glazed blackberries on top of Janky Jones. Pancakes, shake my head. Xbox marketing. Juicy, 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 glad, 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 glaze, glaze, double glazed blackberries on top of Janky Jones.
Oh man.
Pancakes, shake my head, Xbox marketing.
Shake my head, Xbox marketing. But there you go again, full screen ads, dude. I hope you like that little interlude. Hit that like button, grinders. Subscribe. Hit that hype button. I want to see those hypes. I don't know what they do, but it's hyped. But yeah, so they're getting full screen ads about renewing. Yo, they are not stopping, man. Xbox has turned into the cable TV of just kind of getting people. Oh man, Derek Strickland's beside himself. This I thought is interesting. This is kind of not part of the Game Pass thing, but I want to bring this up. I'm gonna see what's going on here. But look at this. Talking about Black Ops earlier, Mr. Henderson says, looking to ask creators one question under anonymity. Who have been given a deal by Activision for Call of Duty Black Ops 7 coverage? Whoa. Who's been given a deal? What deal? The Activision Xbox glaze? I'm interested. DMs are open. Who's been glazed? Under anonymity. Who has been given a deal by Activision? Yo, Microsoft. Yo, man. Here's another thing. You want to see more of the Fallout grinders? Yeah, I just did that, Warwana. You may be behind. Look at this. Cancel Xbox Game Pass searching. Look at how that shot up. Look at that. Cancel Xbox Game Pass. Yo, I like how they have these little blips here, like all throughout the year and stuff like that, but boom. Astronomical. Interest over time. Cancel Game Pass. Oh, man. The fallout is real. And then here it is. You have to have a couple of glazes out there. Xbox Game Pass has Game Attack Radio. Xbox Game Pass adding more games, more options for subscribers, and Fortnite Crew is a great value. But the $30 a month price hike might be tough for many gamers. Might? Well, get the roasting pans out because he gets roasted. You are so scared of not having them on your podcast anymore. Going from 18 to 30 is friggin' wild. Fortnite Crew is a great value if you like Fortnite. I would have been imprudent to give users choice between GTA Plus and Fallout. I gain nothing from this. It's like paying for an entire sports package and you watch one sport. It's not about being tough. It's about value. Thanks, Danny, for having the nicest response for a company that treats its fans like shit. Game Attack Radio getting roasted. Value is subjective. They're ripping people off. Yeah, dude, like you all Paris and Danny and all of you dopes running around with the word value. You could shove that up your ass because guess what? It is subjective. And guess what? You got called out because the thing that you guys capped for so many things, Game Pass value, that was your motto. That was your thing. You put your hat on it rather than talking about the reality of what it is and showing people that you actually use it. All these dudes talking about Game Pass, you would think that they would have so many images, so much video, so many gameplays because they have access to all these games. We saw less from these people that had all this access. We saw less of gameplay. We saw less of streams. You have 200, 400 games access. As an influencer, show people the value. Show them how you use it. Show them what games you're playing. Show them the gems in Game Pass. They didn't do any of that shit. Instead, they just went on there looking for engagement and just pumped up the Phil Spencer hype train. And that's all they did. And now they're getting called out because guess what? You capped too much and Xbox caught your ass because now they said we were value. Now we don't have value. We don't give a shit anymore. And guess what? They left you dopes out there to dry. No, there was no meeting in Discord to prep anybody about this. Don't you know? And you know what's funny is that usually when shit like this goes down, people, they're into Discord and they knew. And I remember when all this stuff, the just for games and stuff, these insiders, these influencers get mad when they don't get the inside scoop, the damage control, the pre-damage control, the talking package of how to handle this with their audience. And a lot of them must have got caught off guard with this, so they're going extra hard on them. Well, I'm an insider. I should have known this. Like, why didn't you tell me? I was just in Paris. I was just in Japan. Phil had one night in Paris. Pause. Oh shit.
I mean, I don't know. Like
he was in there with Japan. You didn't tell me this, dude. Maybe he did, but a lot of them got caught off guard, and now they got to react, like have a real, genuine reaction, not a fake one, and get the news like when we get it. But yeah, a lot of them. What Matty Plays said? What, Michael? He said that they didn't get a pre script on what to say to their audience? Because they usually do. Remember, they have that Xbox Discord that they talk about. But yeah. So, to kind of, as the entertainment continues to come through from the fallout of this thing, I think this plan, people are like, what is the strategy of this? What is the strategy? So, for closing remarks here on this, what the strategy is, I think this is a call to get people to buy games again. They are pricing themselves out of Game Pass. They are saying you guys stacked and freeloaded and made dollar bill fill and stacked the deck. And what they did was they gave you a taste. They took you down the back alleyway. They were giving you free samples. They were giving you a little bit of taste. And they try to create an addict in you, in that like, oh, I'm not going to buy my games. I'm just going to play them on here. I'm just going to get them on here. And now what they're doing is they're trying to get you to come off of the addiction. Like, okay, no, we got to get off here. And they got to shock them. They got to just hit them with a price shock so that they just retract and stop buying games. That's what they're back in the business of. Because if you remember the strategy was that and know what else? The reason why they could be so aggressive with their audience is because they don't need them anymore. Because guess what? Just like what the chat was saying earlier, Satya, good old Satya, he got PlayStation glazed. That's what happened. PlayStation. He got it. Satya got the PlayStation glaze. He saw his game selling. We don't need the Xbox console people anymore. They could take a walk because we got a place that's buying our stuff. Satya got the PlayStation glaze. He got the same glaze that people got when they bought a PlayStation and booted into YOTEI and experiencing it right now and going, I missed out. Satya put his games on PlayStation. He saw them selling. Dude, he name dropped them in a financial call. That's right, Don John. What a twist. It's a twist. There's the PlayStation glaze right there. Satya saw his games selling, moving in the PlayStation. He used PlayStation and Steam in his finance call. He didn't talk about the Xbox console sales. He don't need the Xbox console. So that's why they could increase that price 50% because they want them out. They're like, price them out. If these guys are so hardcore, give them hardcore prices. And we'll wean off the freeloaders. We'll get rid of the noise. And we'll get people back to buying games. And if they don't buy them here, they're buying them over there. We have a failsafe. PlayStation guys are buying them. Steam people buy our games. We're good. Those two and Switch, they may buy them as well. But PlayStation really ate up our stuff. And Satya's like, PlayStation's the new Xbox. Now he has an out. But I think it's short-lived because I think PlayStation has their own games. They got their own deals. And Microsoft quality has to be up there. And I think that's the problem that they're going to face. And I do think this is an exit strategy. And I said this back when they were doing the Activision deal. They're going to sell off all this shit for assets and probably just keep Call of Duty. I don't see a lot of these small games like Project Mara and, you know, some other things here and there. They're probably going to keep Playground to pump out Forza Motorsports. They're going to try with Halo and see. And they're going to keep Call of Duty around and wean that down right into the ground and keep the things that move and sell in their services. And I think all the other stuff, the risk takers and all that stuff, I think all that is going away. And they're going to start selling off IP or canceling IP. Like, how do you think you're going to increase the price of Game Pass that's built off of content from your first party studios when all you've done in the last year is laid off and shut down studios, laid off game developers, canceled games? Like, don't you think you would be the opposite? You will be ramping up your studio's production to justify the increased cost and the future of Game Pass. They're doing the opposite. They're in two different directions. Increasing the price of Game Pass, promising 75 day one games, and we could go count all the stuff they shut down in the last 2 years. Like, why would they not pursue Perfect Dark knowing that, we need content? For what? We need a Hi-Fi Rush 2 if this is the plan to double down on Game Pass and put such an eyeball on day one games, because that is a huge differentiator for double the price. It's day one games. That's the carrot. Well, you're really going to get a whole bunch of indie games, but that's not what people sign up Game Pass for. They want your day one games and all you've been doing. Everwild, Perfect Dark, Contraband, all the other partnerships they had, that other game that they had with Bethesda, one of those Bethesda service games they were going to do, like a Bethesda game, one of those that they were going to work on there. They have so many games that they've nixed and canceled. But you're increasing the price for the Game Pass day one tier. We know publishers are not putting their games in their day one, big ones at least. You know, the Witches, the GTAs, the next big games coming from anybody, they're not going to be in there. So Why are you going the opposite and decreasing production in all your games? We haven't know where State of Decay is, and then you go in there. So this is definitely a pulling in two different directions. Now, they didn't cancel State of Decay 3, but who knows where it is. And the problem is, and yeah, exactly, Glenn said, this price hikes are the result of billions of acquisitions. They made so much money, and they need their money back and need it now. And if they need to move people off of their platform because they found a golden goose somewhere else, they're pricing them out. They're pricing them out. They increase their price of the consoles. They don't care what the competition's doing. They're increasing the price of Game Pass, screwing the console player yet again. And yeah, and I don't even know, Alexander Mark, why didn't it continue Perfect Dark? Like, logically, people are like, what is the strategy? See, that's the problem that's going on with the fallout of this situation, is people trying to think like, we used to know where Microsoft's push was. It's always, it's cloud, it's service games, it's Game Pass. But with this move and the trifecta, I said $1,000 Asus ROG handheld, not subsidized. The trifecta of having Game Pass increase in price, increasing the price of your consoles again to higher than your competition. What is the strategy? You are pricing your audience that's very finite to begin with out of the business and really forcing them to go somewhere else. And it's not going to take a lot because their libraries, if they depended on Game Pass, are ghost towns. They're not real because they're part of a subscription. So I really do think that this is the exit strategy. And the problem that's going to happen is that there's no coming back for them from this. I don't think they're going to just wake up one day and go, yeah, all those price increases, yeah, it's a sale, we're coming back. And on top of that, how does this help with the future of a PC hybrid type console that they're going to do when their console player is the one that's paying double the price? And what, you're going to sideload Steam on there and sideload Windows so people could just basically avoid Game Pass Ultimate and just do PC Game Pass and play online for free on the same device? Talk about choice. Like, that would be a fool's choice. Like, why would you even waste your time with Xbox Game Pass when you could just boot into Windows and do that? So that's another head scratcher. What's their future of console? Is it a lockdown box that's stuck to Game Pass Ultimate? Or is it this open box that has Windows on it? Because if it does, then the console part of it is dead because it's half the price. Unless they get rid of PC Game Pass in the next year, which I think they may. Because if that's their future of a hybrid console, that's what they're going to need to do. But I don't know. But I do think that this is the most egregious move to really just get rid of people and spend them out. Unless Nintendo and Sony come around and they do their huge big price hikes and services, and Sony and Microsoft just says, hey, we're joining the crew. But the difference is, and yet again, this has always been the problem, and I'll conclude on this. They've always been about the where, the how, but when it comes to the what, the games, they're not the ones really pushing that stuff. And that's the thing. That Call of Duty reveal, there was no Microsoft marketing. There was no big put. It was just lame as shit. You spent $80 billion for that thing. But Byron, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The micro PC it is, but like the way these services are priced, I don't know how that's going to be beneficial. It's basically to buy a micro PC and just put Steam on it. I don't know. We'll find out, and we'll be here for the roller coaster. But I do think that they are, the games, like, PlayStation has the games. Ghost of YOTEI, it has the games coming. Then Wolverine, nonetheless. There you go. You need a reminder. You go right here. Boom. There's your reminder. Like, people buy where the games are. They buy Steam because that's where they play their games on Steam. They buy PlayStation because they want those PlayStation games. They want those Switch games. And Microsoft did very little to make people want their games. They used Game Pass as a safety net to put out games that were not ready. They didn't really do good jobs in making people want to get lost in their worlds. And they just dumped it in Game Pass to no fanfare. People asking in Hellblade 2, when are you going to market this? Where's the marketing for Hellblade 2? And then Greenbird's like, it's coming. It was like a day before. They're not proud of their games. They don't show it. They spent all this money on them, but they're not proud of them. Just look at how Sony showed Wolverine. Just look at how Sony showed Saros and tell me. Just look at the lead up to Ghost of Yotei, how much we've seen and how much we're still amazed as we boot up this game and play it. And the marketing behind it and just showing more and more, and that it's just so much content. It's such an amazing world. That's what you do. You stand by your product. And Microsoft's, their product is not the games. It's all this other shit. Services, where to play on PC. Like Sarah Bond, the guy says I play on console. She's like, no, you play elsewhere. It's like, why is that a problem for you? It doesn't matter where people play, just that they're playing your games. So make them want your games. And that's where Microsoft has always failed. They don't make people want to play their games. Marketing, messaging, graphics, features, capabilities. You look at boot up Yotei and it takes full advantage of the PS5 Pro. It all comes together like peanut butter and jelly. Pro ray tracing mode. Boom. It's there. Like, there you go. Take advantage of the hardware that they released. Use the DualSense. Use the surround sound. It uses it in incredible ways. The lights on there. Like, it uses the capabilities of the console. That's what your games should do. Microsoft puts out games for the Series X, and it's the Series S version without the trees and plants. What the hell? It's about the games. People buy the games. Dogzone says, I did the same thing, Jez, with my PC and MSI Claw. Dude, MSI Claw is fire. They're not in it for gaming. No, that's why this whole messaging and all this other stuff has been all about the price, because that's all people see is the Game Pass price. They're not thinking about the content because the content hasn't been anything to write home about. So that's all it is. The games do the talking. And Microsoft, like Phil said, and he already put his hands up in the air again. You know, he said this, like and he said, if you just build,
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
And there you go. After he said that, I don't know how people champion his name. That he didn't think games were the solution to all of Xbox's problems. And if that's not true, then you don't belong in gaming. And we're seeing that right now, because all you're trying to do now is use the gamer to squeeze the lemon dry and just take advantage of people's loyalty and gaming history, and just that's what they're doing now. They're just trying to squeeze the lemons dry. We could get more money from the same people. That's the strategy now. Just get more money from the same people until they're dried out at any cost. And that's what they're doing. They're just squeezing their Xbox lemons dry. And it's going to take people different thresholds to realize that they've been getting screwed. And yesterday and today has been one of those revelation times. So I assume a lot of people coming into the Gaming Grindhouse with no bullshit here. So subscribe, hit that like button, hit those hype meters, and we're ready to cook. And I don't even know how to even do this. I don't even know what to do. I want to see if I can do something here, Grinders, as we go out here. So I don't think I can. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, I want to see. Can I want to try raid Mooch. I want to raid the Mooch. How do I even do that? Do you know how to do? Anybody do a raid to raid? How do I raid them? How do we do that? Does anybody know how to do that on YouTube? Take you all to the Mooch's show. We all go there. But I don't know how to do raids. Oh shit! Thrifty says he likes when his lemons are squeezed dry. Yeah, not by Phil Spencer. Oh shit! Thrifty says he likes it.
Like, I'd have to go back and look at the.
It is sad. It sucks, man. It does suck on the thing. I know saying goes up, but I'm gonna get a song here for you. But I wanted to see if there's a way to raid. Does anybody know how to do that? I was gonna say. I want to raid the channel. I'm just telling the Mooch. It is sad, eh? It is sad. But what I'll do is I'll put the link to Mooch's thing, but I wanted to see. I wanted to rate it. I thought that would be fun. Somebody did it to me. Link his stream? How did I do? Oh, I see what you mean. Let me see if I go into there and do that. Link the stream in there. Just drop the link in. Yeah, I just link in the chat. But no, there's a way where you could just bring the raid over there. Let me just see. Raid Mooch. Raid Mooch. Let's raid him. Let me see. I go to the video. And then how do I link it? Raid Mooch. Let's raid him. Let's go in there and just we'll kick the grindouts and just kick the doors in. Let me see. I have it right here. And well, I'm not going to let you guys just listen to me trying to figure this out. Let's get it. Let's get you guys earned the song, man. Raid Shadow Legends, dude. You guys earned the song. We're going to get a song here. We got Glazed and Confused. Here we go. Grind, hit that like button as I try to figure out how to raid Mooch's podcast.
10 years. Oh, 10 years. Oh, yeah.
Thank you again, Grind. Hit that like button. We're going to go raid him.
You played the long game. Cheers. Glazed us over. Made it shine. But now the cracks are in the line.
New music, you like? Let's go!
The rug's gone, we're on the floor. Xbox dreams, they're no more. No more! Glazed and confused, you had us all. Lifted us high just to let us fall. GamePass climbing! Xbox sucks! Yeah! That's our luck!
Let's go! Let's go, grinders. Thank you again. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the Gaming